Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ms.Nhi Podcast. You guys know how much I love to bring real life, real story to my show. And today, my special guest is Bruce. I know him from many courses that we go together on the way of figure out who am I for what I'm doing. And one of class, we go strength quotient and also money and you. That's how I discover about Bruce. And I love his story so much that I will invited him to the show, and I don't want to keep the surprise anymore because he have amazing story that for me I feel very valuable and important. I think especially for my audience who young people and going to go for business, for investment, for trading, he will be the best person I can bring to be a guest on the show. And let's welcome today Bruce. Thank you so much for being my guest, Bruce. I know you've been so busy with your schedule and you make time for us. I'm so appreciate that.
I know. Hey, thank you, and very happy to be here. I'm so happy that my meeting earlier, so I can actually come down and prepare myself, shower and everything, so I wouldn't look so terrible, But thanks for having me on the chat, and then I'm happy to be here to share whatever my whole journey is with your audience, so that we can all learn together, right? Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, the whole world is all interconnected. I can learn
Yes.
from you can learn from me, I can learn from your
Yes.
audience. So that's just how it is. This whole idea of sharing is caring, right?
Yes.
So
So
yeah,
lovely. Thank you.
who who
So
who,
let's
who
share a
am
little bit. What are you doing and who are you?
okay. So what I do is I run a business. Okay, I have a business in artificial intelligence as well as blockchain, which is my day job. Okay, and also I am a coach in trading and investing. Okay, I teach a methodology called the systematic trader system. Okay, I also have a coaching group that I coach them in terms of their trading on a private one-to-one and also on a group basis. Okay, I have been a corporate worker for I think over 20, 25, 27 years. I've worked in across many industries, but primarily I straddle the hospitality and travel industry from supply all the way to demand. So I have worked in hotel as a cook, as a bellboy, as a server, all the way to the point where I was working in the airline as a business development director, running an airlines, which is an airline called I'm not sure whether people remember, but there's this airline called Scoot, right? And then there's an
Yes.
airline called
It's
Air
still
Asia.
it's still
Yeah,
there.
still around.
Yeah.
Okay, and then previously before that it was Jetstar Asia. Right? So
Yeah.
I've done that. I also worked in the airline reservation systems and all. But prior to me actually getting into the workforce, I was a naval officer. So about
Mm.
11 and a half years, I was sailing around, okay, different places, going to different countries, exercising with different people, and I was a commanding officer of a naval vessel. Okay,
Mm.
so I finished my tour and then I came out into the work. So when I came out, I had no skills. Okay, funny, we are officers, but unfortunately, when we came out, because if you did not focus on getting your education early, you have problems. So I had to do part-time studies, right? So
Yes.
my first job was working in a hotel. It's called the Ritz Carlton, Millenia, Singapore. I worked
Mm.
as a server. I worked in housekeeping, and then eventually I ended up in human resources, and then eventually
Wow.
became quality leader. So
Wow.
that's the journey, lah. From hotel, then to agency, to distribution of tickets, then to airlines, so everything there. Ultimately, I picked up skills along the way. I got my formal education, got my degree, whatever. Then I got my accounting stuff. Then I also got my PMP. Then now I'm a full-fledged project manager with a blockchain company, right? So
Wow.
that's what I do. And my passion is trading and investing. So I like to focus on that a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you,
Mm.
you know your story. Of course, I know Bruce's story, but why I love when he share that, so you guys can see how much because people have a very wrong concept about successful and happiness in life with certain things for marketing, and that's why I love to make my own channel to bring real people because I want to show them success is come with many form, and everybody behind of their success is a lot of sacrifice, a lot of story from young that they had to go through, and they have to taste a lot of failure to be where are they today. But it's not many people care about that. But for me, it's all about, right? Like you shared with me early on, your success is a part of that is failure a lot to remind you where are you today. So let's get a little bit about that. Like, how
Okay.
can you manage to learn so many things to be where are you today? Because I don't think it's easy. Back then, either now we have a lot of technology and so on. So get back
Yeah.
a little bit when you were young. What
Okay.
you
So
wish you know and so on.
when I was young, yeah, I'm not sure whether or not you remember, may not be your area, but during that time,
Yes.
okay, I'm quite old already. People call me uncle, okay, when I walk into, "Oh,
Sorry,
uncle."
I didn't
Right?
call him uncle. Yeah. I want you to still young, Bruce.
So when I was schooling, right, when I was in school, I like to listen to a lot of music, right? So during the time when I was in school, I actually owned something called Walkman. Walkman, then they have cassette tape, right? Cassette tape, then we put in the cassette tape and then we play on the
Mm.
Walkman and all that,
Oh,
and then we have
yes.
batteries and all that. So
Mm.
so the cassette tape and all that, we had to use a lot of batteries and we had to use a lot of
Yep.
cassette tape. And during the time when I was listening to music, I was dreaming. I dream a lot. I'm a dreamer. My mom always say, the first
Wow.
you got three brothers. The person most likely to fail probably you. That's my
Oh
mom.
my God.
Yeah,
Your
yeah, yeah,
mom.
seriously. Because my elder brother was very smart. He was good brains. Then my youngest brother is the youngest, right? So the youngest they give them chance. But a lot of times I'm the one who she says, if anything will happen, probably will happen to you. And that's not the reason because I dream and I think about things a lot. And during the time when I was in school, I was dreaming about how can I make this listening to music better. So I imagine last
Mm.
time that I will be able to keep music to a chip, and then I don't have
Wow.
to keep bringing together cassette tape and then rewind the cassette tape and spend batteries and all that, and then very difficult. So I was imagining, I was wishing that something happened along the way. After I finished my school, the people suddenly invented something called the solid state memory, right? Solid state memory came along. Then there was another company called Creative Technology that built something called the MP3 player. Have
Mm.
you heard of MP3 player last time? Right? You load all your songs into the MP3
Yes,
player,
yes,
and
yes.
then after they can play. So instead of playing
Correct.
one cassette tape, you can play 50 cassette tape
Correct,
because
correct.
everything is encoded in MP3, right?
Yes.
So I said, wow, this is a fantastic innovation. What can I do? Maybe it's very good. So I decided to be curious to go and
Mm.
find out about the company that built this player. Lo
Wow.
and behold, it's actually a Singapore company, right? A Singapore
Wow. Yes,
company
yes,
called
yes. Is
Creative
it
Technology.
Panasonic? Is it
No,
Panasonic?
no,
No,
not
right?
Panasonic. They got some of the technology from Panasonic, but it's a company called Creative Technology.
Okay,
The guy
okay.
who built the Sound Blaster, last time in PC, we all play PC and all
I
that.
think I got read
So,
that on the newspaper before, but I couldn't
yes,
remember. But yes,
correct.
I remember back then Singapore is a bigger make chip and memory card or something
Memory
for
card,
yeah.
yes, storage
I still
device
remember
and all
Singapore
that.
is the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
bigger
exactly.
event like innovate that. So I read somewhere, but I can't remember. A long time ago.
So I love technology. So I always do PC. I build my own PC in the early days and all that. So last time, I know my first PC was Apple, right? Apple
Mm,
IIe, very, very old PC. So I found this player and I says, wow, this is very good. And it's built by a Singapore company. It's called Creative Technology. And
mm.
during that time, I was interested. I said, hey, maybe I should try and look into this company. And because I looked into it and researched a little bit, I said, hey, maybe I can buy some shares in this company.
Mm.
So during the time I looked at it, I saw that wow, this company is listed in Singapore, but it is also
Wow.
listed in the US. But then the problem is one share
Mm.
of this company was $5.25 USD.
So
So
back
imagine
then
one
that is a
share.
big, yeah,
A lot, a
that's
lot.
a big
During
money.
that
Yeah.
time, our exchange rate, I think one US dollar was maybe 250 Singapore dollars.
Yep.
Right. So in order for me to want to invest in this company, I have to buy equivalent of 1,000 shares in a Singapore stock exchange. So
Yes,
it
correct.
was a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money during that time. So what do I do? Borrow. I have my father passed away when I was very young.
Yeah.
I was 10 years old when he passed away. So when he passed away, we didn't have a house, we didn't have anything. So we're going from house to house to house and stay. So I had a godfather. My
Mm.
godfather loaned me some money. So I said, okay, I borrow some money from you. So I just bought one lot, and one lot is 1,000 shares. Okay.
Mm.
So I buy it, and then I didn't think too much about it because after that I was working, I was studying, blah, 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 blah. the share went up to 85 US dollars. I bought at 525 US dollars and it became 85 US dollars. One day I
Wow.
opened a newspaper and I said, wow, in
You
Cantonese we
make
say,
so much money, eh?
that's a lot of money.
Back
And
then
then
is a lot of money, eh?
1995, in 1995, I had 1,000 shares of Creative at 85, okay, $82. It was crazy.
Wow, you can make so many
$82,000 was like,
landed in Singapore.
yeah, I was like, my
Oh my
gosh,
God.
how did I
Rich,
make
rich
this kind of
man back
gain?
then.
Yeah. So you know what? I sell lah. I didn't know anything about it, so I sold lah. So from my initial investment, I think it was nearly like $7,000 or $8,000. It turned out to be $82,000. So I made a huge amount of money. Then I was thinking to myself, wow, you're a genius, man. You are a super genius. Maybe you should
Sorry,
go
I'm
this
loud.
to full time. Yeah. Then I said, yeah, I should. So I took the money, right? And then I go and buy some Singapore shares, DBS and everything. And then the shares continue to go up. So I managed to buy DBS at $4. Now DBS is like
Wow.
$31, right?
Now
But during the
different
time, you
already.
don't know because the market was
Yeah.
always going up.
Mm,
Anything you buy also will continue to go up. So you think that you're a
yes.
genius, but actually, I was lucky.
Yes. Ah,
I
I see.
didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what the stock market was. All I know is that in order for me to buy a share, I got to go to this broker and buy this share, right?
Mm, mm, mm,
The broker never advised me anything. I just buy the share and then he just assumed everything okay lah, and just buy everything.
mm.
So every time I buy, it goes up because the market was going up. So
Yeah.
even a dumb, blur block like myself can make money in the market because the market is always going up,
Yeah.
right? Buy, wait for a while, sell. So in trading and investing, I tell myself it's very easy. It's so easy. I don't have to go and do difficult work. I don't have to go and do video. I don't have to go do editing. I just open out my thing. I call my broker. I say buy. My broker
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
Then when it's up, I call my broker sell.
Mm,
Then I make money. How easy is that?
mm.
Easy, right? It is the easiest thing in the world, but to a person who has got no knowledge, it is the most dangerous thing to do.
Mm.
Okay? So because I already made money and I thought that I was invincible, I was a genius, I keep doing it, until one time I got whacked very badly. Okay? I amassed enough of a portfolio during the time of nearly $250,000 back then. Okay, I
Wow,
continued
that's
to leverage
huge money again for
huge,
loss.
a lot. And then I continued to build. And then at its peak, I was holding on to a portfolio of nearly $2.8 million. And that was in 2002.
Wow.
Okay, 2002.
Back then,
2.8
2
million dollars,
million now, maybe like around 10 million worth
quite
now.
a lot of money, yes. Right? Then, because I didn't know what I was doing, I invested in the wrong companies, right? So when I invested in the wrong companies, one day I opened out the newspaper and I found out that one of the companies that I invested in, which was I think about 80% of my portfolio, because I trusted the company,
Mm.
the director got arrested for cheating.
Oh my God.
Overnight, the stock price went from 85 cents down to, I think it was 75 or 60 cents. So I lost a lot of profit.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yeah.
wow, never mind. I trust this company. I think this company is good. Never mind. I take my money and buy some more. It went
Wow,
down.
that's emotional.
Yes, I cannot let go. Right?
Yeah.
So I was emotional. I love the company so much. I trust it so much. So I said, never mind. I invest some more. So from 75 cents, it dropped down to 45 cents.
Oh my God.
Then I said, wow, this is even cheaper. I used to buy at 70 over cents. Now I can buy at 45 cents. I buy some more. I threw in a lot of all my savings into it. As it continued to go down, 25 cents, I buy until today it is 0.001 cents.
Okay, so that's what we call emotional right there.
I
But your story, I can tell, is so much for young people to learn. Actually, this
yeah,
part is amazing for me to say. Like people should learn from that because as the investor, right? Sometimes we stand outside, we look at people. Wow, why you so crazy one? But I learned one thing over time also. When emotional come up, intelligence really come down one. And
yes,
only people
absolutely.
outside watch is can see that you emotional. But then when you inside, you may not see that, right? And And I saw that often outside, especially when the last 3 years of COVID and so on. I can see how much people go crazy. Like you can't even see them in the eyes of like the conversation with them. Like they so expert, like they lose money and they still go all in. And I was like, but you lose money. But they say no, but you don't understand. They try to convince me why they need to book more money in something that is losing money.
Yes.
What have you learned from that and how much? Of course, we
Oh,
talk about the loss right now.
amazing. Yeah. So I learned that you can, if you love something too much, and you have an emotional attachment to something, you can't let go.
Mm.
And
Wow, that's
because you
a
cannot let
wonderful
go,
lesson.
if you because you cannot let go, you go down with the ship.
Mm.
Okay. Till today, I am one of the largest shareholder of the company, still around. Okay. But it's not doing anything because it is at 0.001 cent. Okay. But I keep that stock around to tell me I should never, never, never love anything too long. Okay.
Mm.
So
Wow, that's
the
a
other thing
very
that I
deep
learned,
lesson.
is this: in the area of trading, investing, a lot of people think that I'm a successful lawyer, successful doctor, successful engineer.
Mm.
Trading, investing can use the same thing. One, I've already done it here. I can use my same method and then do it in the stock market, right?
No.
And then they try, they use whatever they know that make them successful in their previous profession into the stock market. Many, many, many of them fail badly. Why?
Yeah.
Because we always use real world responses to the stock market, but the stock market
Yeah.
is not the real world.
No.
So you cannot use the same thing as you do in the real world in the stock market. Let me give you an example. Okay, one example.
Mm.
Imagine, okay, you are grinding meat. You got meat
Yeah.
grinder. Then your finger got stuck inside the meat
Ah, that's
grinder.
pain.
Right?
Yeah.
Stuck, right? All right?
Yeah.
Stuck. Now what happened? What will you do? In the real world response, you have to do something,
Take
right?
up. Yeah.
You try to take it out, but first thing is somebody must go and stop the grinder, right?
Correct. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Then you
Oh,
dismantle
that's
the
painful.
grinder, then you take out and try
Yeah.
and save the finger, lah.
Yes.
Right? That is the real world response. That means 911 come, everybody say, "Whoa, you got bleeding everywhere and all that." Right? I know it's very graphic, but I want to illustrate this point. In the real world, when you get your finger stuck somewhere and you're in trouble, you need to do whatever it takes to save yourself. Because why? In the real world, your fingers cannot grow back.
Correct. And it pain. And you can feel it in real.
The pain is so overwhelming.
Correct.
Okay, you can't think straight.
Yeah.
Okay, now in the stock market, if you are investing or trading in the stock market, every time you are there, when you take a trade, you must stand by a knife.
Mm.
Okay, if your finger is stuck
Mm.
because you took a wrong trade and then you are stuck in the trade, the market went
Mm.
down in the stock, immediately take a knife and chop off your finger.
Correct. I agree with you on this. Yes.
You have to be very brutal. You cannot think. You just have to really quickly cut away, because if you're caught and the market goes down, the lower it goes, the more damage you will suffer.
Yes.
So you have to always learn to remove that, cut it off, because in the stock market, your fingers can grow back. In the
Correct.
real world, fingers cannot
No.
grow back.
Yeah.
So if you use your real world response in the market, you die.
Yep.
This kind of response is not something we know, we grow
Yeah.
up
And
with, or we
nobody
learn.
teach us in school.
Nobody teach in school.
Mm.
You have to experience or
Mm.
practice, right?
Yes.
In the real world, right, I have to be very, very faithful to my wife. I have to be loyal and all that. But in the stock market, I can be as promiscuous, unfaithful as I can. I never want to love one particular stock. I go from one stock to the next stock to the next stock to the next stock to the next stock. As long
Yeah.
as the stock is faithful to me, or does well for me, I will be there. If it doesn't do well, I cut. I get out.
Mm. Mm.
So never be faithful to any stock in the stock market. But in the real world, you have to be faithful to your loved
Correct.
one.
I
Exactly.
like
So
this
you cannot,
example.
yeah, you cannot use your real world example in the stock market. And there are
Yes.
many, 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 many different examples in the world. People who go into trading investing never realize this because they
Mm.
think that they are successful in the real world. They can take whatever they learn, the experience, and then apply in the stock market.
Yep.
Wrong. Wrong. You cannot do that. If you do that, you're emotional to it, like what your friends are telling you. No, I should buy more. I like this stock. It's very good stock. I buy more. I buy more. You buy more and buy more and buy more and buy more until you go
Correct.
down.
Correct. I saw that
Then
a lot
stop.
often because I think people cannot control emotionally of who they are, right? And that's where I realized, oh my God, investing is not difficult, but control your emotional to don't let the greed take over, and then don't blindly to let emotional lead you to like damage, like you say, you may get just damage yourself into financially problem, but then you have family with you, you have people to feed,
Yes.
you need responsibility. And then most of people after that they come back and like, I don't know why last time I do that. And stock is something that very dangerous, that the even now I see, well, later I'll ask you about blockchain and so on. But it's a lot of time when market crash and people ask me why I so calm. I say because I don't have emotional toward assets. Assets it produce me money, and yes, I agree. I invest in anything that it make me money and make me income to survive, because one day I will die. I just need a living to survive in this world. But I don't love it like I'm going to own this for 1,000 year, 20 year, 2,000 year, 3,000 years. That's impossible, right? Next thing will come up and then it kill the last stock. Okay, let's be real. Technology it take over. So stock of technology company, AI company will go up, right? And whatever, like you say, cassette, camera, or whatever old technology, they will gone. And we have to accept the reality. The longer we hold emotional to that is damaged heavily lah. Yeah.
You are absolutely right and
Mm.
fantastic. You hit it on the head. It is, you must accept that the fact that technology will override the old technology because new
Yes.
technology is discovered, right? And if you are in a particular market or a particular stock that was very good in the technology last time, but cannot move with the times with new technology,
Yes.
you must get out. You
Correct.
cannot hold on to it for too long,
Yeah.
right? It
Yeah.
is not your lifelong partner. So in
Yes.
the stock, you must let go. Just let go. It's okay, one.
Yeah.
That's why people tell me when I coach students is that
Mm.
I buy the stock. Wow, the stock go up, very nice. Then I ride it up to the top, and then I ride it down again.
Mm.
Why? Because to be honest, how to make money in stock is very simple. Buy,
Mm.
sell.
Mm.
That's it. What? Buy and then you sell. You
Yes.
buy two things. You
Buy
buy,
low and sell high.
you sell, right? But then you must also remember that there is a period of waiting.
Correct.
You cannot buy now and sell now. You must buy, wait, wait, wait for it to move, wait. Then sell. Now, people, first thing, okay, for people who are new, they don't know what to buy
Mm.
because in the financial world, there are thousands of things to buy. Oh, what do you buy? Okay, if you watch on YouTube, there is a video which talks about the paradox of choice.
Mm.
Okay,
Oh.
if you bring your daughter you go to the candy store, go to kids Toys R Us. She look at the toys and say, wow, mommy, so many, I don't know what to select, I don't know what to choose, because
Yes.
you've got so much choice, right?
Correct.
The paradox of choice is this: you people may want a lot of choices, but when you are faced
Mm.
with too many choices, stun.
Mm.
What what do I do, what do I do, right? So there's the paradox of choice. So in the stock market, you have tens and thousands of opportunities to lose money. Okay, many things you can buy to lose money if you don't know how to do it. So much things, right? Singapore market, Hong Kong market, Taiwan market, Philippine market, Korean market, US market, all these things. So many things you can buy, and then if you don't know
Mm.
how to do it, you can lose money. So people do not know what to buy. They go and buy
Mm.
cheap stocks. And if a stock is cheap, there's a reason why it's cheap. You
I
understand what I
don't I
mean?
don't choose based on cheap anymore. And by the way, for my audience, why I always recommend you guys that self learning and self educate is so important, because even Bruce, even me myself, we are responsibility for our finance. Am I right to say that, Bruce? So when I learn about stock or any investment, this I don't. That's why I don't like to recommend people what stock to buy. But I would love to bring expert like Bruce or other people to my show, because I want people who have knowledge to share with you guys why you need to learn and make a decision on your own. Like you talk about decision, you talk about choice. We have a thousand of stock in the world, but what is your comfortable? And also you have to read a lot of stuff to can start make a choice to buy. For example, it's like a menu. You have a food, you need to know where is the seafood fly from. You need to know what the chef cook, how the
Yeah.
person run the restaurant, where is the location of restaurant. You eat it, you got poison or not, you got food poisoning or not. It's the
You also
same
must
thing with stock.
understand. You must also understand whether you have allergies. You don't go and
Correct.
eat any kind of food you
Correct.
want, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the same thing to stock, right? You have to
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Okay, you can have money to buy stock. Okay, don't get me wrong. People in Singapore or even around the world, they have money to buy stock. But do you know what you buy or not? Or you just buy because your friends say, your grandmother say, your friend, your neighbor say, and so on. And they never ever even read about bank statement of how much the revenue or also the income of this business run, or who is the director. Did he interested to do business, or he want to take blood out from the business and so on, and all these take effort to learn and then
yeah.
practice and
Absolutely.
then understand and analyze of the company and so on. So yes, I'm totally with you. It's so important for self educate and then make a choice that you say is selection. It's so much in the menu what food you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you want, right? And you should choose those stocks or those menu that you are comfortable with.
Yes.
Don't be too adventurous.
Yeah,
Because if
it's
you're
really
not
you okay
comfortable
to
with those
loss lah.
things, yeah. And even better, if you're
Yeah.
working in an industry where you know the industry and you know the companies, is even
Mm,
better because you have this thing called domain knowledge.
correct.
Let's say I work in the
This I'm
hospital
so with
industry,
you.
medical, right? So if I
Yes.
work in medical, then I know, okay, what kind of medicine is good? What kind of
Mm,
pharmaceutical company is good? What kind of medicine they are making? What is safe? What is not so safe? So I use my domain knowledge,
mm,
apply your domain knowledge into the kind of stocks I want to buy.
correct. Wow,
Not too
see?
difficult lah, right?
Yeah,
Because you're already doing your work, right? So you
correct,
use the knowledge you get from your work into the stock market lah. If you
correct.
are a medical person, why do you want to go and go do something in like oil and gas or
Mm,
commodities or
mm,
something else, forex? You don't understand.
correct.
It's the sure formula for failure.
Mm,
That's how people lose money, lah,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So it's a question of whether or not you know yourself.
Mm,
Self-awareness is very important,
correct,
right?
correct.
Knowing yourself, because first thing is you must be aware, okay, I don't have the knowledge, therefore I need to go and get some knowledge.
Mm,
Okay, or I am a gambler, so I cannot go and, by nature I like to gamble a bit, so I cannot go and try different things because I could be gambling away my capital, right?
mm,
So your own self-awareness is very, very important. So spend time to be self-aware of yourself, understanding where your awareness is. And I think when we were in Money and You, right, the whole idea of you help you understand our own genetic makeup, why we do the way we do things, right?
yes.
And
Well,
and
you
when you
bring up money and you. I think I have a great question for you, because I don't know when is your graduate from money and you, and how's the journey for you to find out about money and you, and how was that change your life?
okay, Money and You, I heard about Money and You about 15 years ago.
Oh, what that's
Okay.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody introduced to me and says you should go for Money and You. I says, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay.
Mm,
I'm too busy. I'm doing my things. I'm doing my things. And then people who keep following up and I said, yeah, yeah, too much. So I did not do it until very recent. I think it was like 2018 or 2017. I can't remember.
yeah.
But all I know is that I went for it because at a point in time, there was a voice inside which says, I think you should go.
Mm.
Okay,
Mean
a
you
voice.
ready lah.
Ah, you are right. You're ready. So you know, right? You know this saying, right? It says, when the student is ready,
The
the
master appear.
teacher appears or the
Mm,
master appears. So for me, I was ready. And when I attended Money and You, I was the teacher, the master was ready to talk to me. And because I was there and I said, okay, I'm going to spend these 3 or 4 days really, really understanding myself and how the world works, I gained a lot from it, right? And
Mm.
I was so lucky. I had Dom as my instructor, right?
Yeah. Oh my
And
God, that's nice.
Dom when you first walk into a room, everybody was quiet, right? He was like,
Yes.
you know,
Yes, he is.
Then he stand down there quiet. Then he look. Then you're wondering, what the heck is this guy doing?
Yes.
He had this presence.
Yeah, and his energy is ghost pump. Yeah.
And the thing is this, you see, because he's so experienced as a business person and as a person who understands people, he was very, very clear when it came to me. I stood up to talk 1 or 2 times. He was extremely clear and he was spot on about my issue.
Mm.
Very, very clear. And my issue there was in one of the cuts. Okay.
Mm.
My issue, because of my past, I spent so much time because of my failures. I feel I spent a lot of time improving myself. I spent about nearly close to $150,000 in education to learn about investing, trading,
Mm.
everything, so that I
Yeah.
can be the best that can be best. But
Yep.
because I get so much knowledge, you know what I was? I had a lot of
Arrogant.
pride and arrogance.
Ah, yeah.
Pride, arrogance, and the
Wow,
card for me was
I cannot
righteousness.
realize, like I cannot even imagine you look like that,
Yeah, yeah.
because when I meet you, you were so loving, you're so helpful, you're so nice, you're so warming in the class and so on. So you see, this is the thing, like everybody when go back for money and they tell me I'm not used to be like this, I'm used to be like that. They make me have to wonder how they look like back then, and I cannot, because I'm like, really man, you so nice, what I feel connect to you, I feel your authenticity leh. Then they were
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not used to like that, I will like this. I like, huh, really no leh, so wow, that's a extremely change, because I don't even see you as that at all. To be
Yeah.
honest, no. If you don't say this, I won't even think.
I was extremely, to be very honest, okay, at a point in time, I was full of knowledge and I was a very intelligent person. But with
Mm,
that knowledge and the intelligence, along with it came the arrogance, the pride, and the righteousness. And I was asking myself, how come I keep failing when I'm such a smart person? It is because
mm. That's a
it is
deep
because
question.
here is the thing I learned. In the stock market, do you want to be right or do you want to make money?
Ah, ouch. Okay, I like this one. Let's repeat it. You want to be right or you want to make money?
Yeah. Okay.
The more knowledge you have, sometimes it's really dry you nut.
It can lead you to ruin because you've done so much work analyzing the opportunity.
Yeah.
You cannot be wrong. And so you go
Mm,
in, the market go down or the stock go down, you say, I'm not wrong. I continue to add on. You will add on until you die. And that's how I
yeah.
bust my accounts 3 times.
Yeah.
Because at a point in time, I said, how can I be wrong in my analysis? How
Mm,
can I be wrong with all this information? My
mm,
indicators are right, blah, 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 but the stock keep going down.
mm.
So during Money and You, I decided to abandon my ego.
Oh,
And then I
correct.
say, today I start anew. I will look everything based on what is happening, not what I think and what I hope it to be.
Mm. Oh
That
wow, that's a deep one as well. Yeah.
not something I hope it to be. Because if you hope things to be, and it doesn't turn out, we can be very emotionally attached to it, and
Yes.
will be our downfall.
Is it
Seriously.
expectation? Is it expectation?
Yeah. It's like
Mm.
this. Let's say you're married, you have expectation of your spouse. When your
Mm.
spouse doesn't do whatever you want to do, you get very upset, right?
Yeah.
Or your other half have expectation to you, then you don't do what they do, they'll be very upset. Then you feel very stressful to keep making up to the expectation. Then you more
Yes.
stress, and then the whole relationship you cannot orbit in love.
Yep.
It's very difficult. The
Mm.
relationships will be very stressful and all that. So the whole idea is this: see things as it is, live
Mm.
in the present,
Mm.
don't live in the past, don't live in the future.
I
Live
agree.
in the present and observe what is happening and then react at what is happening.
Yeah.
If your finger get caught at what is happening, chop it off. It's wrong. Move
Yeah.
on. You know,
Yeah.
and the more you do this, the more unemotional you become.
Mm.
And when you remove emotions from your trade, that's where you can see things clearly. And you know what, right?
Mm.
Clarity is
Mm.
power. When
Yes.
you're very clear about what's happening, you're very clear, hey, you know what? Something is wrong here. I think I better get out. And
Mm.
most of the time, you are right. If you can accept that you are wrong, most of the time, you are right. You understand that? Or not? You
Yes,
have
I
to
understand that.
accept that you are wrong, because
Yes.
you can be too
It called
righteous.
responsibility. It's like,
Yes.
okay, it's happened, already happened, and it happened because of the choice I make. So now I have to own it before I can fix it or I do something differently. That's
Yeah.
also teach me very heavy lesson where I come back for money and you because I was like, how can I do wrong one? I'm a good woman. I'm a good wife. I'm a everything I can list down that impossible for me to do wrong one. And then I take away for money and you the flip chart that obedient in love, like you say. I may not wrong, but I'm in the wrong situation when the two-person not obese. So I'm still wrong when I still choose to stay back. So I have to own myself that okay, now I have two choice. I stay in the obedient in love and it's not obedient anymore, or I step out and do what I supposed to do to obedient my speed of growing because I was invest same as you. I invest a lot of money in learning. And because I learned one thing when I learning and I improve my life and my ex is still the same, we already have a problem with many years and I don't want to admit that. Every time I want to go bring him to go study or something, he will deny and he will run away from it. He like, yeah, on these cheating people one lah, like for what? And then I just say, okay, then I learn everything and then I come back and teach him. I was wrong. I
You
cannot do
can't
it.
do that. Yeah,
Yes.
you're
So when I
accurate.
own it, so when you tell me that, I'm like, yes. So when I own it, I was wrong. I was thinking everything I can do, I can learn, I can experience, I can come back and explain to the person the same thing. No, I can't. I can't. And I have to admit I cannot do that. That's when I say, you know what, it's over.
Mm.
And yeah, so I think the flip chart come back home for me also obedient in love. How about you, by the way? What the flip chart that hit you harder in the class that is make you a big change?
Righteousness. Dom was very
Oh,
clear and he
yeah.
said it right in front of his face. He says, Bruce, go look in the mirror. You are a self righteous bastard. Oops.
Oh, pain. And
I
don't
cannot be saying
really
such
talk
things.
like that.
I tell you, are
It
we live?
really.
Oh my God, are we live? We are not live. Oh my gosh. Can you edit that thing out? Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. He said that. He said, Bruce,
Can I
in
don't
front of
edit
the
that
whole class,
out? Because that is so real of you and I want to keep that.
in 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 front of the whole class, he point right at me and says, Bruce, enough of your self-righteousness. You are a self-righteous bastard.
Yeah.
Okay? You go out, you go reflect on what you are, then you come back and we can have this conversation again. Because I was denying, I
Yeah.
was justifying, I was giving excuses, I was saying that everyone else is wrong, I'm right. And that is the formula why I was failing so badly in the stock market. Because I have to be right. It was
Yeah.
not about the money. It's about
Mm.
being right. And I can lose money for the
But
sake
I
of
have to
being
be
right.
right. Wow.
To be right. So in the stock market, if you're wrong, admit you're wrong and get out. Chop the finger.
Yes.
It is very important. Okay?
Yeah.
Because in the stock market, it's all about survival. You
Mm.
must conserve your capital. You cannot allow your capital to outflow too much. The more damage it is, the more difficult it is to come back into the market. If you
Yes.
conserve your capital, you can always find another opportunities. You lose one
Yes.
finger, it will grow back. You still got 10
Yes.
fingers.
I
Don't worry,
agree.
man. You don't
Yes.
worry. It's okay. But you must get out quickly.
Mm.
Quickly. Yeah.
It is
And
a
don't
is a what why I like to bring people who are in the market and done for many years to share this kind of thing because right now a lot of things like short advertisements make you like get rich quick and so on. I don't say it's what wrong and right lah. That's a person choice. But for me, right, why are you plant this seed to a young generation? Right, because for me, like same, I have friends like you, I have many friends who are investment business owner and so on, and we do this every day, right, Bruce? We're like, let's be real, we face the market every day. But for people who young just, or like even people who go out all out and rah rah about that, and they don't care about the consequence. For me as a person, I feel if I'm silent, I also contribute to that. I silent mean I admit or I agree for them to continue cheat people or scam people, which is not right.
There is one term. There is one term.
Mm,
It's called tacit approval. If you don't say anything, you are indirectly agreeing and allowing your choice to be made for you,
yes,
right?
yes,
So you gotta say something, and I so like your channel because on the channel, I think sometimes we inadvertently say things that we should not be saying.
yeah, it's
But
fine.
but that,
I
but
say
that's real
I
life.
say F word a lot of time, but they did beep 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 lah. But it's fine, I don't like filter stuff because I mean, a certain thing like you just share, right? And I'm so appreciate that you willingly to share because it take an extremely mature man to can willingly to vulnerable to the public and to the viewer, to the people who are watching video and so on, because people want to show off how much they success. But for
Mm.
me, it's like I know your success, you don't have to show off with me. But I believe we cannot hide from each other. I have my failure to be where I am today, and I'm sure you ask, right? That as an entrepreneur life, as an investor life, as a people who lead 100,000 of people, we cannot hide about that. It's a
Mm.
reality. We all fail to be where I am today. And that's why I say I so appreciate you willingly to share on this with my audience, because they need to know the truth, and someone need to speak up the truth without fear of people judge, or fear of people telling them like, oh no, all this is like it just make a story. And I love how you share the story, because you don't make me feel like you are the victim, or you kind of complain or anything, because we all for money in you, and we know we own our ass and we own it and we fix it and we grow from
Yeah,
it
we
and
want
we
our
want.
shit lah. Seriously lah.
Yes,
Okay. We it's our shit. We deal with it. That's how it
yes,
is. And
it
we never
is.
blame. We cannot afford to blame others about it,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And but the fact of the matter is, if you're in shit, okay, get out of it. So
Yes,
you have to
have a choice,
determine,
make a choice.
make the choice to get out of it,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
If not, then you will continue to succumb, and then you will not, even more for you, because and I think you're quite an influencer. Me, I don't quite like the limelight, okay, but I just do
yeah,
my things. I have a group of people that's, but you are an influencer. You need to be there. You need to be an example, okay.
yes,
But the authenticity is very important.
correct.
And if you start, even if you say one white lie, it can come back and bite you, right?
Exactly.
And the
So
authenticity is so
this what I
important.
love about people who around me like you, because you get what I mean and you willingly to say, because some people when I invite, and if they say no, I respect anyway. I respect they say no because they want to keep certain image and so on. And I get it. But for me, I like, but need somebody to tell the truth. What? How long more we going to hide? Because marketing is no longer working. The last 3 years of COVID already proved that. Now it's only all about authenticity. Now it's all about, are you really willingly to tell people the truth that everything you see in Instagram is not real, it's all Photoshop.
Yeah.
And not all rich people look like that. And not all
And you know
successful
what?
people have to look like
I
that.
know I know certain rich people who don't look anything like a rich person. Seriously.
Me too.
Okay?
Yeah, and they don't, some people they were so humble that when I invite, they don't even want to share anything, because it's not because they don't want to share, because they want to hide the secret. Yeah, they don't want to share, and they tell me this: I'm still
Private.
nobody in my industry, and he is specialist in the industry. And I was like, are you kidding me? He like, no, no, still
Yeah,
got
yeah,
people no more than me. I like, oh my god,
yeah,
can you
yeah,
don't so be humble? And that's
yeah,
why. And sometimes you see this, like come back with what you say. Some people they learn so much, they realize what they learn is nothing, but actually what they know is already golden for a lot of people. I
yeah.
realized that when I start. like you, I don't like to be influencer. Okay, I choose to be influencer because this is the shortcut for me to can help many people that I can. Take me many years to practice with camera, and even I never even think I can open my own show in English. So yeah, it's just with the passion of help people make me do this, because when I watch video and so on, I keep saying, need someone to tell the truth. Why all these fake people keep around one? And then I look in the mirror, I tell myself, oh yeah, maybe that's me. I should do it. Because you wait for someone to do it and you keep sit down and upset. Nothing solved, right?
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
solved.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody
You're
solved
right.
this.
You're right. And I like your mission. Get out there, being real, put it all out for people to see. It's being the authentic self. And people nowadays, I tell you, people are tired of
Yeah,
the fake stuff.
fake stuff.
Yeah, people are more interested in the real stuff, right?
Yes.
Uh, Unfortunately, I tell people, remember that you're real. You cannot use your real in the stock market. Okay, remember that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it
Right?
is. Yes,
So I have
it
to
is.
teach them. I have to teach them other methods. Okay,
Yes.
so that you don't. So you must learn how to separate what is real, what is stock market, what is real, what is stock market. Separate. If
Yes.
not, you can run yourself into problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree with your mission, and I
Yeah.
think you're going to do a lot of good for a lot of young people out there. So
Yeah.
kudos. And that's one of the reasons why I don't mind coming and sharing whatever I can.
Yeah. Thanks.
Uh,
Thanks. I appreciate that a
if,
lot.
if, if, if you are willing, I'm willing to share whatever you want to do. Just go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah. By the way, guy, all the information about Bruce I will put under the description below. You guys can connect with him, can ask, can take advice from him. Of course, keep in touch with him if you need more information. And of course, I want one day I can bring you to Vietnam. I have a lot of long plan and so on. And I know your busy schedule. I will
Okay,
do my
and
very best to match you.
I have a good example. Okay,
Yes.
I've been to Vietnam several times.
Yes.
Okay, and then you can take a car. I remember last time taxi. You drive, you take the private taxi, go to either to Da Nang, then go to Hoi
Yes.
An, but then sometimes you don't know which taxi to take. And then
Correct.
go around and ask people, this taxi. Then say, yeah, that one, this one. Then you sit inside there. But then sometimes it's not the same driver. So the
Oh
driver
yeah.
who
No.
drives the thing may not be the same one that's supposed to take you to Da Nang. So you can
Yep.
get in and you can drive off, and then you can go to uh, Nha Trang. Okay,
Yes. Nha
you don't
Trang.
know.
Yes.
Okay, Nha Trang. So that's the thing about the stock market also. You don't know where it's going to go, because even if you sit inside the car or sit inside a train, they say, I'm going to this place. You can go reverse and go the other side. That is the
Mm.
stock market, and that's how it is. So people ask me, hey, if thing is so unpredictable, what can we do? So I say,
Yep.
like, if you're going to take a train and go to this place, you don't get on the train first. You don't trust what is written on the train yet.
Mm.
You wait until the train driver come in, start the engine, and
Mm.
then the train move. Then you see the sign that says, oh, this place. Then you run, you jump on the train. Then you
Mm.
know that this train is definitely going to that place, and therefore you know
Yes.
your stock is definitely going to go in the direction. So
Yep.
you cannot think, wow, okay, it's going to be like that, and then anticipate the market, because the market
Mm.
can about turn and turn the other direction. So
Yep.
it's always the case. It is unpredictable. So you got to
Mm.
learn to use things in the stock market to break the rules. There are
Yep.
many rules. You must learn how to break the rules. If you follow the usual rule, you will die. So you got to break
Mm.
the rules. Yeah, and that's one of the examples. I love it because I went to Vietnam several times, and I love the place. So
Yeah.
fantastic. So if there's an opportunity, yeah, let's go Vietnam. Let's go.
Yes, of course, I will bring you again. We definitely need to go. More people need your knowledge and your sharing, so they can have a better, safe journey for go through trading or investment journey. You see, it's very
Absolutely,
important.
absolutely. Yeah.
Another question I want to ask you, because we talk a lot about money in you. I just want to ask, like, if one of the person like never go money in you, because we learn many things, okay? But because we keep talking about money in you, so I just want to ask about that. What the thing you would tell to that person if they don't know what is money in you, and should they go for money in you? And is that recommended?
Oh, okay. So I ask you first now to imagine,
Yes.
okay, you're walking along the road, okay, and then on the left side, on the right side, there are very high walls, okay. You cannot climb up the walls, so it's very slippery. And
Mm.
you need to go from this place to that place. And you're walking along the road. But along the way, as you walk along the road, there's this huge rock,
Mm.
big boulder that block your path.
Mm.
Okay, so you cannot go from this point to that point because the block is blocking you. Okay,
Mm.
what can you do?
You have to figure out the way to clear the block.
So how? What can you do to clear the block?
Need to have tools to maybe
Mhm.
make the hole through the block,
No,
or
you
you
can't.
need.
You don't have the tool to do that. You're just walking without anything.
Oh
No backpack,
no.
nothing. You're just
Wow.
walking.
That you have
No
to
food,
climb
nothing.
very take very long time to
You can't climb
cross
because
over.
the walls are too slippery.
Then stuck.
You're
It's
stuck.
stuck.
So
Yeah.
how do you cross over to the other side?
You need to ask for help. You need
Nobody around you.
someone already past that block
There's nobody
to help
around.
you.
Nobody around. Nobody
Wow.
around to ask for
Okay,
help.
that's
You
stuck.
don't know anybody who has actually cleared the block.
Then you
You're
just
stuck
stuck
there.
there and stay there until die. It's no
Ah,
other.
if you don't do
Yeah,
anything, you stand there and leave there, or you have a choice to
correct.
turn back lah, and go back to where you came from lah. But you
Ah,
don't want
yes,
to do
yes,
that, right? You don't want to
yes.
do that. You want to go forward. But if you want to go forward, how do you do that? Tough, right?
Tough.
It's a difficult answer to find, right?
Yes.
Let me give you the answer.
Mm.
You cannot focus on the rock.
Mm.
The rock can be your problem, can be
Mm.
your blindsidedness, your
Mm.
obstacle, your issues, your challenges. That is the thing. You do not focus on the obstacle. You cannot focus on the rock. You can only focus on yourself. So the only way to cross this obstacle, to go through the rock, is to make yourself bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you step over the rock.
Wow, that's a very deep wisdom right there. Wow. I like the way
Okay?
you share money and you.
So
Okay, I need to
you
cut this
cannot.
one.
So money and you has got a component called you, which helps you
Mm.
appreciate who you are as a person, how you um, how you behave in the real world. What are
Yeah.
your attitudes? What is
Mm.
it that you are having problems with? And it's very deep. It helps you. It really searches inside to see that, you know what? Oh yeah, I suddenly realize this is who I really am, and that's why
Yes.
I'm having this problem.
Mm.
It is only with this awareness and understanding can you then start to accept that, you know what, I got a problem.
Yep.
Then after that, with the money part, you can find the correct techniques, knowledge, technology to grow even bigger and bigger and bigger. Such that when you
Mm.
grow to be so big, it is very easy for you to overcome the rock. You
Yes.
just step over it because the rock went from big now to just a small pebble.
Mm.
So you grow. So the focus cannot be on the obstacle. Do not
Mm.
focus. If you keep focusing on obstacle, you'll be very upset because
Yep.
you'll never find a way to solve it. The
Yep.
only way to solve it is to focus on yourself. You got to be better. You got to be bigger. You got to be more determined. You got to take
Mm.
the responsibility upon yourself to do that.
Yes, it is.
Grow,
Yes.
grow, and grow until you're so big, the obstacle is nothing to you. That
Yes.
is what money and you is able to do for you.
Wow, that's so nice. Thanks, Bruce, because you know you just make me reflect that also. Every time I love to talk with another money and you graduate because everybody in the same class, but everybody take home different thing. And then like you say, we can reflect from each other, take away, and then we can learn that for ourselves as well. And today I have a good reminder about that as well. Right, really time flies. I still have a lot of question for you, but let's
Oh
go
my
with
gosh,
another
yeah, 1 hour
question.
already, man. You want to do
Yes, I
part
know.
two? You want to do part two?
That's a really, we will really have a conversation like oh my god, I just started. I haven't had more with Bruce. We need a
Yeah.
longer conversation.
You know,
If
I've got so many things to even teach people because the fact that I have lost so much money, I know
yes,
many ways to lose money. I want to teach you
Yes.
how to lose money, because in order
Yes.
for you to know how to lose money, then you don't do it, you make money. I use
Mm.
the reverse psychology. I suddenly realized, oh, I know how to lose money. So
Yeah.
because I know how to lose money, I just don't do those things that I lose money. And then because I don't do those things, I make money.
Yes. We should
You
do
see?
part two. We
Yeah, I
should
should
do
do
part
part
two,
two,
but I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah. When is your good time to do part two? I
Ah,
I
it's fine,
I
it's
need to
fine,
do part two. You know, like that's how I love about my show because especially okay, this part I will never cut because I want my audience to know the truth. I never have script to my viewer also for my guests. And of course a
I
lot of
don't have a
guests they
script. I also don't have a script.
yeah. So some of the guests say like, so what do I say? What should I say? I say relax, just take it at the Zoom call with me and that's it, you know? And then when we have a conversation I cannot stop and they were like, well actually very fun. I want to do some more. I say, see, helping
Yeah,
people is fun, you know. Helping
yeah.
people is enjoyable. But yes, I will take a schedule again and let's do the part two because I also want to know the part two about you. Let's ask the advice that you will give for young people who watching my video and our conversation today. What advice you will give to them when I tell you, I say, Bruce, I want to enter to stock market and I want to start learning about it because I want to start build my wealth and I only 18, 20, 21.
When you are young, you have something that people like me are super envious about: time.
Me too. I so envy with them, you know.
When you're young, I'm so envious. I wish I have the time that you have, because I know as I get older and older and older, my time is very limited. And that's one of the
Mm,
reasons why I also feel I need to share my ideas. I need to share things with people. And that's one of the reasons why I do coaching with people.
yes.
But if you're young and you're starting off, you must first understand that you are now heading to a new phase in your life. Maybe you finish your school, you're now starting your work, okay? And with this new phase, you have new responsibilities. You need to be independent. Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you what you need to do with regards to your paycheck. Okay?
Paycheck. Yes. This
Paycheck. It's
important.
important.
Salary have now need to what to do with salary.
You need to learn to save,
Mm,
okay? And make the saving automatic. All right? Then, this saving, when you start work now, you have this lifestyle. Maybe this lifestyle is, can maintain this lifestyle with maybe $300. Maintain this $300 lifestyle for the next 5 years.
mm,
As your salary goes up, continue to maintain at $300.
mm.
Whatever that you can save, take that and put it into a fund that you cannot touch.
Yep.
Paycheck is important. Then you look for products that is totally safe, that won't lose money, that pays you some dividend along the way. Okay, it could be maybe 1%, 2%, 3%, but it is safe. You don't lose that money because that is your treasure. Okay, so when you're young, you must start to build your treasure and
Yes.
keep your expenses the same for at least 5 years. Then you can bump it up 10%,
Mm,
300 to maybe $330. Continue for the next 5 years, then bump it up another 10%. 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, like that. Always
mm,
don't jump into the next lifestyle just because you got some money. Because
mm.
how people lose money is because they have money.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? You
Yes,
have money,
yes.
you lose money
You
because you
you have
don't look,
money, you don't know how to manage, and you continue
you lose
spending
money.
something to impress other people, then you will lose money again.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So always learn to maintain your lifestyle for a number of years, then you move up one step. Maintain one number of years, you move up one step. So what you do with all the extra money when you get promotion or you get extra money? Save,
Yes,
invest, save, invest. And then keep doing that. Don't go splurging until you know that you've built up enough wealth to at least take back one third of your salary last time. Then you can start to
yes.
move up a bit.
Mm,
If you maintain this discipline, it will continue because it becomes a habit. Once you have this good habit, you will never go wrong with regards to your money management in the real world. So
Mm.
that's my advice for a lot of young people, even for my son. My son is 24 this year. Okay. And I always tell him, maintain a lifestyle for as long a period as you can, and don't add on to the cost. After that, the extra as you grow, put it into investments.
Mm.
That's important. The
Yes.
other thing is also the second thing you need to know is that you need to continue to always invest in your own knowledge.
Mm. I
Okay,
agree with you on this.
invest in your own knowledge. All right,
You are the
and your
bigger
own knowledge.
assets.
Yeah, remember, don't go looking for gurus. Okay, don't look for the easy way out. Look for real people who are willing to mentor you
Mm.
or can be a coach to you, because these are
Yes.
the ones who will not paint a nice picture. They will tell you the way it is,
Yes.
because because they've been there. They know that if you do it anywhere else, you're going to fail. So they
Yep.
have your interest at heart. These kind of people are very difficult to find.
Yes, I
They're not out
agree.
there. They don't go out there and advertise their services. Why? Because they don't need to.
They don't need to. Yes.
They don't need to,
I so
right?
agree with you.
They don't need to. You can only access them through a network.
Correct.
So build a network that you can then go and ask people, because it is a treasure that you got to dig. You can
Yes.
never find them by either going on Guru or finding a course, whatever. No. The people who are real, the people who do good work, cannot be found. You have to go out there and search for them. And when you find
Correct.
them, you got to do whatever it takes to tell them,
To be with them.
yes,
Yes. I tell you is
yes.
that I'm so with you because when people tell me like, wow, how do you find on this good mentor? And so I say, do you know how much I need to prove to them that I earn the right to be with them and learn from them? Because they don't need so much from you. They just want to pass to the people to appreciate their knowledge and important that don't look at that in the oh I want fast, I want get rich quick and so on, right? They not because they know it's not don't have that way and they won't lie to you about that. If you want to buy the lie, then yes, it's it become your
Because
problem. Yeah.
you are right. Because you know why? There's no need for them to do that.
Yes.
And they can be as free as well, because they don't have any baggage, they don't have any agenda, because
It
they are
is
running their own life anyway,
correct.
right? So
Correct.
that's the best kind of people that you can who will tell you the truth, and they'll tell you in
Yes.
your face you're a asshole or you're a bastard, right? Tell
Yes,
me
and
the
that's
truth.
important. You know, we
Yeah.
need someone to like wake us up sometime to realize, oh, okay, you're not that good. You know, doesn't mean like they look down, but they just reminding you need to continue be humble and don't forget where you go from
Yeah.
where you come today. It's a long journey and so on. Yeah, same. I'm with you. I'm so admire people who are mentoring me and willingly to tell me where my blind spot, what I need to improve with feedback and sincerely care for me and don't want me to of course they want me to make mistake to learn but they prevent me from certain mistake that may lose a life or like can damage my community or my business and so on. So that's what I've been grateful for that. And guy who are watching this, you guys need to remember you have to open for feedback as well. And even like me, for Bruce come and share with me and talk to me, or even we'll have conversation together. Respect and feedback is very important for us to grow together as a human on this world. Am I right to say that, Bruce? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all interconnected, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is this, you see, also you got to be very careful about your network.
Yes.
You got to choose carefully and be with the kind of people who you know that better than you, that you can always spar with or work with together. Don't choose people who are going to suck value from you.
Correct.
Okay? You got to choose people whom you have to add value to, but then at the end of the day, they will add a lot more value to you.
Yes.
That's important. So the friends you be with should be the ones who are supporting you rather
Yeah.
than tearing you down. If you find
Yes.
somebody who is tearing you down, then you know what? Walk away from the relationship. it's just not worth your time.
Mm.
When the young people today, nowadays, when you're young, you like to be, you want to be liked, you want to feel belong and all that. But as you get older, this idea of being belonging doesn't really stand there anymore. It is
Yeah,
more
it's a
about
choice.
value,
Mm.
about your choices that you make, and being real with you, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
many people can just say whatever they want to say. Talk is cheap. Action is what's more important, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So choosing your people correctly and understanding who they are, and working with them is very important. Yeah,
Yeah.
never underestimate your friends. They are very valuable to you, and in times of need, they will come to you. And also
Yeah.
building a network. Yeah. So that's what I say, like. And you know what? If you get into the program, you will find a network that you can work with who understand a certain language, right from the start. And when you have that language, then you speak a different language, which
Yes.
the rest of the people don't really understand. But who cares?
Yes, it is. Okay, yes, it is. One last question, Bruce, before we close off for today, but definitely we'll
Already?
come back with Bruce for another episode because I still want he share more, a value lesson that he has so long in the journey of his life. I want to take more from that. And I think he will willingly to share. So, Bruce, what one thing you would tell about a young Bruce 5 years ago if now you meet him?
A Bruce that was 5 years ago. And so I met my younger person.
Yes.
I would say that, hey, thank goodness you decided to throw away your ego.
Mm.
Okay. And thank goodness you decided to become more real and more down to earth and not be so arrogant, because that was really what was your downfall. Yeah. You know, and during the time I had spent so much time and effort doing it, it was very difficult to let go. And the journey was worth it. Okay,
Mm.
so during the time it was so painful, right? So I'll tell him, don't worry about the pain, because 5 years later, you're in a better place.
Yes.
So I'm in a better place now. So I would want to tell him that, so that he's encouraged 5 years ago. Because during that
Mm.
time, it was terrible, 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 terrible. So sad, so heart wrenching, so difficult. If I turned up, I would have tell him, hey, look, 5 years later, you'll be okay. And to be
Yeah.
very honest, in a lot of things, in a lot of things, everything does pass. So don't
Yes.
worry. At the moment, it is painful, yes, but later it is okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Wow. Thanks for the conversation today. I have a lovely and fruitfully conversation with you. And like we promised, I definitely will do another episode with Bruce, and we will ask about how to not lose money. Oh no, how to
No, how
lose
to lose
money,
money in the stock.
how
Yeah.
to lose money, then you don't do that, okay? Because that's conversation will be way more fun for you guys. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to follow Bruce and also connect with him under the description below. And I will see you guys again for another episode of Ms.Nhi Podcast. And bye, Bruce.
Bye.
Thank you for continue support my Ms.Nhi Podcast. And don't forget to